Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to NDT Integrity Pipeline Module. So we're going to start by entering the client information to the right. Put in the information about your pipe. Put in your MOP. Next, you got your excavation. So you can set this up exactly to the measurements of your dig. We're going to add a girth weld. And we can add a third one if needed. Then we're going to add a long seam. And add another one to the second joint. And then we can add one to the third joint if the third joint is exposed. And then, you can fill in all your topography. So all the information from our joint was carried over. I can see this one needed to be updated. And as you can see down here, your measurements from your datum actually change with your movement. So you get an absolute value from your datum. Once we have that information in, you have all your fields here that you can go ahead and complete the inputs. Thickness measurements for the long seam area, for around the pipe. You can add more if needed. Down here you have a little toolbar for indications, repairs, sleeve, coating, all of that good stuff. So let's say we had external metal loss and it was on the first joint, 5 feet away at the 3 o'clock position. Actually, let's put it at 4 o'clock because the weld's at 3 so we could see it. So you'll put in your measurements of the indication, your remaining. The metal loss, if you leave it 0, it'll auto-calculate. Down here is for your correlation table. So whatever that may be. And then you can also specify if it was a matched indication, if you adjusted, a couple more selections there. And of course you have type of repair that you can add to this. And you hit save. So you have a parent and a child hierarchy here. So you have a correlation right below the actual field finding. And if you do that for just about everything and then do the repair inputs, they're going to be on a separate record too. So we'll go ahead and put this one on the second joint. So we'll just make up some readings here. I'm going to leave that blank so it auto-populates. So we'll place that, and now we have our dent and our external metal loss here. As you can see, as it goes around the backside, it kind of, the opacity goes to about 50%. So once that's done, you can have repairs placed on here too. So wherever the repairs are, you'll have the length, the width, the low, the high, remaining, all of that. And you can place that just about anywhere. You can also move these things. But for absolute measurements, it actually uses the length of the pipe and the diameter. So I would go ahead and place the actual readings. So after that's done, if you had to run burst calculations, you can either import your data or you can add it here. You can do all your rows. And you can do either corrosion or crack-like thickness readings or pit depths, mills, whatever it may be. Your defect profile is here. And here's your assessment. Effective area, 31G modified and 31G. Here's all your pressures. And then if you're doing material verification, you can go ahead and import that data directly in. So XRF, libs, and then this little chart here for your UT readings. And this also compares it to API 5L table 11 Depending on how much material you used, you need to fall into that range. And then here you can add your hardness readings. So this is all done. And then the photo log. So you can also add photos directly to your issues that were found. So each of the indications or anomalies, you can take a direct photo with those. The photo log, because you may have a lot of photos, I put this in here where if you change to any one of these headers, it will actually ask you how many of these photos need that same header, and you just hit apply and it changes them all at once. You can also organize these. You can delete them. You can save the order defaults if you have a certain way you take your photos where it will always stay like that, so when you re-import them, they're already named. You have a report builder here. So what you're going to do is put your logo, your cover image. Your first time, you're going to set your report folder. This is a collapsible report organizer. You can remove things from being printed. You can make them start on a new page. You can grab this and move the order however you'd like to see fit. These are all separate areas. Down here, you will place your name, your level, and then you will place your certifications. And then you'll place whoever else was on the job, place their certifications. You have built-in technique sheets. If you would like to upload your own, upload it. If not, you fill this out and hit add to the report. You can do that for every method that's listed. Here you have supporting documents for certifications for the calibration of the equipment, and also Creaform HandyScan report direct uploads. Down at the bottom you have your footer, and that's it. So after that you hit compile final report, and that report looks like this. There's your cover sheet. This executive summary is fully built to each report depending on the information that was found. So all calculations, anything like that gets auto-populated here. You have your inspectors, all of your pipe information, excavation details, the joint information, correlation information, coatings, topography, all of that's here. The joint thicknesses you added would be here. There is your overview showing your indications, your correlation table. Here's your defect grid and your assessment visualization. Here's all your calculations. Here's each anomaly that was found and its information. So this will print through to a sheet. You have your photos. Technique sheets, if fully populated, would be here unless you upload your own. And then, of course, your certifications and OQs. So another cool thing that we've added to this is that the client not only gets a report, they get this cool HTML. So they can actually roll the pipe. They can still look at the overview and all the information. So here's all of the material verification information fully imported. But if they want to roll the pipe and look at the indications where they're at, that's a neat little feature. Well, thank you for watching. Reach out with any questions and please share the video. Thank you.